Welcome to the channel. My name's Jodie Knight and I'm a popular investor over on eToro. You can view my live portfolio using the link below in the description if you just scroll down there. Just wanted to show you my positions as of the drop yesterday. Overall, portfolio is pretty flat for the year, but on the two-year, we're still up about 111%. I know eToro says it's down flat, but that's because it accounts for the extra 8 months of the year before also. So it's a bit weird how they calculate that. So the positions I'm still weighting heavily in are PayPal, SoFi, CleanSpark, and Tesla. I'm hoping something pops off soon so I can rotate some money in because these are on sale and I'd really like to buy more, especially in CleanSpark. That's ridiculous. So yeah, but today we're going to talk a little bit about PayPal. Currently, I'm sitting at about 15.42% weighting. Can't hate that. I'm still really happy with my position overall. Earnings was great. Things are turning around. The CEO is doing a good job. So let's get stuck in the chart. So looking at the chart, it doesn't look too bearish really, given what's happening with the macro lately. It still looks like the general market is on shaky footing. It's possible that we did have a dead cat bounce and we could fall lower. I think the jobs data later today is going to be quite important, so keep an eye on. If that's bad, the market's probably going to lay an egg. But PayPal chart hit this resistance line here, wicked down, so that's quite strong support there. But I do like that we are holding for now above the bull market band. And even when we did have the sell-off here, we did wick up above this line. So price is quite happy here. I think it's going to chop around here. I think this earnings was really good and Wall Street might be paying a little bit more attention to them. The initial move was really big and we have gap filled that again. So it's looking promising. RSI's flat. Whales and institutions and retail kind of battling it out. But the Golden Cross, that's looking like it wants to happen. So that's very bullish. And we had the golden bar here too, and then a bit of a inflow, and then it's kind of holding flat. So overall, I think the daily chart looks pretty good. It's definitely had a really long bottoming process, and it's taken much longer than I thought it would for it to get some respect. But overall, the fundamentals of the company is still amazing. The chart looking better, but price definitely got some way to catch up with what I think is fair value for the company, which is just over $100 now. I think when the advertising numbers start coming out, I think I'm going to have to redo my models and lift that target higher. So we'll see. So my targets might be changing soon, but probably not during this quarter. Let's take a look at the weekly. Resize it for you. Oh, that looks horrible. It's getting so tight. It's really hard to see anything really coherently, but this is a really good basing pattern. It's really starting to want to push against this downward sloping trend line. So that alone makes me quite bullish. RSI's flat. Institutions could still use a bit of growing. They're still at about 24, 25%. I can't really, 25.5% of the float there. And then flow is actually looking quite neutral, a little bit bearish. So weekly looks like it wants to continue to try to turn around. So we'll have to see how that goes. We really want to get above this trend line and turn it into support properly. We've tried twice and failed, and then another time it's just rejected clean off. So that's the next really important one. I think mainly though we need to get above this gap. It's just such a weight on the stock. I think if we can break that, people might start really respecting the company and valuing it for what it's actually worth rather than where they think it's going to be without looking at the numbers, just thinking PayPal's a dead company when it's not. And I think they've proven that over the last few quarters. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the options market then. There's only one day of the week left, so I'm not sure really how useful this chart will be. But $65, that's going to be a good resistance there. To the downside, $50. I mean, that's looking quite unlikely in a day unless the market has a catastrophic day. So let's just take a look at the week after. $60. We did have a really nice bounce from there, so that's good. And then $65 we went straight up to. So, these levels do work. They do set a basis where people will be trimming their positions and all that, taking their profits. So still people think there is some downside risk. I don't think there's much chance of us going back down this low. That would be crazy, in my opinion. But to the upside, plenty of higher resistance levels coming in. 67.50 looking good. I mean, that makes sense why people are picking that out, because it's got a lot of historical resistance there. So they're levels to bear in mind in the short term. But for the long term, take a look at January 2025. The expected move is quite large here. I would be very surprised to see this down here in a year's time. What's that? Another 3-4 quarters? That'd be really impressive. Well, January 25 is even less, isn't it? So it's probably 1 quarter. But if they continue at the rate they're going, the fundamentals are just massively going to outpace the price of the stock. So bear that in mind. I expect we'll see some targets here higher. $100 still favorable. I think they were even higher. So 145, 140. So definitely people getting more bullish on this long term. It surprises me that these targets are so high when there's not a huge amount of time to get to those levels, but we'll see how things go. And January 2026. I don't know. I still don't know why these aren't loading higher targets, but 95 is your top level shelf there. I did want to show you another quick thing though. I am going to be on holiday for a week, so I'm not going to be able to post loads of content about the market happenings and whatnot, but I did want to point out we're still really in risk of a second leg down. So we had a lot of weakness into the close of the market yesterday. Initially on this drop, when we started to recover, I did think maybe this is going to be a dead cat bounce, and the fact it's filled up this gap here and then hesitated on this bull market band. The market in general is looking on very shaky footing, guys. Any bad news, this one's gonna absolutely fall off a cliff. Think it's the same if we look over at the QQQ. Again, we got the gap fill. Couldn't even make it to the bull market band, and we've fallen back down below this volume shelf. So overall, the market's looking like it wants to have another death cross here. And from a technical perspective, this is very dangerous area. The next fall down is quite far. So just bear that in mind. If you're going to be taking any leverage trades, I would probably avoid it, as that's partially what's caused this issue. So just be careful, guys, and watch out. If you found this useful, give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be taking my microphone, so I'll still be able to do audio, and maybe I'll put some pictures or something on. So enjoy your trading day.